Hello and welcome back to Love and Peace and Happiness Tarot. I'm going to give my client a call now for her personal reading. If you want a personal reading like this, go to the website, make your purchase, and we'll make it happen. It's available for everyone. Everything is half off for a limited time, so if you want your reading at half off, make sure that it's half off still by the time you order. If you ain't ordering it right away ASAP within the time you see this. Hey girl, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm sore. I went for a walk. I was like, let me get some exercise in.
Oh, nice. That's wonderful. It's always good to get some fresh air. All right. So you want to do a reading about your career, honey? Talk to me. What you want to talk about?
Okay. What's going on with my career? Because there's this my team lead. She doesn't like me, and she kind of dropped some hints. They kind of sound like she's like, it sounds like she wants to replace me next year. Like, it's not up to her, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna make the recommendation.
Okay.
That she wants to replace me.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm gonna stay there at that school, if they're gonna just have me teach a different subject, or if I'm gonna be like, well, fuck you guys, and I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Okay. All right. So, first question then, how about we ask, is it on your highest path for you to stay at the school that you're at now? That sounds like the best question that I can come up with. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, let's see. Is it on your highest?
That's spot on.
That's spot on? Right on. Okay, good. So is it on your highest path for you to stay teaching where you are now? Wow. First off, the Hierophant came out, and you know that's a teacher card. So, wow. Clarification that, yes, we're talking about teaching. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, it's not for you to stay where you're at. It's not meant for you to stay where you're at. So, there's another place that's calling to your energy. It doesn't mean that you're not supposed to be where you're at now. It means it's not meant for you to always stay there, which is what we're asking on your highest path. So knowing that, what do we want to ask next?
I don't know. I didn't even expect that. Well, what about is teaching in my path, I guess?
Okay, good. Is teaching on your path? That's a great question. Okay. Let's see what we get. Is teaching on your path? Is teaching on your path? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it's not only on your path. 7 is my number of spiritual wholeness. The bottom of the deck is the 8 of Swords in reverse. So that's talking about breaking free, breaking from old mentalities, breaking from old things. The Ace of Pentacles is your ace that came out, baby. That's that solid gold opportunity. And because it's the 7th one, it's like, yes, this is so on your path. It's part of the divine plan for you to be a teacher. What else do we have? The Queen of Wands is in reverse. Okay, so there's what I'm getting with the Queen of Wands is there's some creative energy about surrounding your teaching that is not able to come out where you're at, okay? The sun, it wants to shine so bright. It's time. It's like if I get the feeling, I get the impression that where you're at is like you can only grow so. It's like a plant that needs to be put in a bigger pot. You know, it's like this place was a phase. Okay, the 3 of Cups. Okay, interesting. I hear more will be revealed in March about the changes that will come in your career. So somewhere between, sometime in the month of March, you're going to be getting an idea of what might be next for you, okay? Because it is for you to teach. It is according to the divine plan. I love these cards. The Queen of Swords and the 7 of Swords. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. So,
like by Easter break, by spring break, that's when they start deciding if they want to rehire.
Okay. So, yeah, definitely it is for you to teach. But there's someplace better for you to be than where you're at. where you, I hear where you'll be more effective because you will have the added space you need to bring your true potential to the fore, is what I'm hearing. So I get the idea of a non-traditional school of some sort of way, or a school that has not as many restrictions and limitations on what you're able to bring, what you're able to provide, how you're able to teach. Maybe it's about the curriculum. Maybe it's about something different than where you're at, that is not allowed where you're at. So maybe there's like creative freedom with teaching plans or curriculums or something like that. It's going to be more available in the new environment for you. And if I remember correctly, you're in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, I'm in Las Vegas.
Okay. So they're telling me, because they keep giving me democracy prep. So if it's not, maybe it's a charter school that's for you, or maybe you need to look into something about the way things are running over there, or maybe it's just the idea, because democracy prep is a different kind of school, right? So there's something there about it being a very different school. So that's coming through for you about that. Okay. What else?
It's just, I don't know, anything general, I guess.
Okay. Well, let's see what we have for you. What do we have for you at this time? Okay. They said, let's show her more about the path. I said, okay. So they said to pull a spread for you. Okay. They're giving me the Celtic, so we'll pull a Celtic for you. All right, here we go. Show me your path, your career path. Show me her career path. What is her career path? Okay, thank you. So the judgment is called. Okay, the judgment is called. So you're hearing the call. You know you need to be a teacher. You answered the call. The emperor comes out. The divine authority steps in. The physical authority steps in. So probably this person who's going to try to push you out, she might create some kind of blockage for you. But that's also the time of Aries. Okay, Aries season coming at the end of March. Again, coming up. So a rebirth for you in your career in March. I see that. And it starts in the awareness. It starts in the announcement. It starts in the information. It starts in the call. Okay, what else? The Knight of Wands. Okay, so it came up in reverse, and they said it's because it's not happened yet. They say it's not happened yet. Okay, you're going to end up around this time getting an urge to take some kind of action. The Knight of Wands is my gotta take a dump urge. And I'm not sure if you've heard me talk about this before, but the gotta take a dump urge is when, like, you're kind of putting something off, or maybe you had an idea, but, or maybe you didn't even have this idea, but it's like all of a sudden something comes over you and you can't stop yourself from taking action. There's going to be one of those coming for you again in around the time of Aries season. Okay. And behind you, the Hierophant. Look at you. You became the teacher. And that is so important because that was definitely on your path. Okay. But you've been through a lot of important life lessons in your career, even as well. Your career has taught you a lot. You've grown and you've expanded in your career. I hear there's so much you can learn from children. Children are such amazing teachers, right? A teacher. Yes.
So much. I apologize so much to my students because I'm just like, I'm sorry. Because I'm like definitely in that learning stage.
You know what? That's really awesome that you apologize to your students, I hear, because students they're used to getting a lot of dominant energy around them at home and their parents, as well as from teachers. And so what you're teaching them, they scream the word humility. One of the things you've taught your students is humility, and that's good. And being able to accept when, hey, there was a better way, just acknowledge it and make it better, right? So that's awesome. A teacher that was in my nail clientele, she's now moved to Florida, but she told me something that always stuck with me. She said she realized that children take the energy you give them and then they multiply it and expand it. So it's interesting because this energy here of working with that more effectively for you. Okay, what's above you is the Seven of Swords. That's the divine plan. It already came through as the divine plan, and they said it's still the divine plan. So you know that there's a divine plan about things in your life. You understand that the things that you crave, the things that are on your spirit, are not there by accident. It is the calling on your soul. Okay. Let's see what else we have moving forward for you. Whoa, the Four of Wands. You're in your path in a beautiful way. Yeah, you're going to be having some fresh starts, some new starts. Again, so March starts it up, right? But we're coming to that fire season. It's still during Aries season. So I feel like already in April, you're going to have an idea of where you want to go, starting that new foundation, a home welcoming celebration. So it's like wherever you're finding to go, it feels right. It feels on your path. It feels aligned for you. Okay, so I feel like by the end of April, you're going to know what your next move is in your career. Let's look at your actions at this time. The Queen of Swords. You're investigative. You're honoring your boundaries. Okay. You are aware of things that are said and unsaid. You're being very discerning at this time and I'm hearing the word meticulous about what you're doing. You're very meticulous. Okay. The Queen of Swords, she's also coming through with the energy of strong ability to sense that you are in your vibrational alignment, okay? So I even get that it's like you're making the best out of what you have there, but there's still something energetically that's off in where you're at right now. And that's part of what's creating this calling for you to go into this new environment. Okay, how are you being looked at this time is the King of Wands. Somebody here is looking at you like they want to either upset you or you're doing too much. Somebody looking like you're doing too much or you want to do too much. There's somebody around you looking at you that way. But the other thing is, so that's this, because this card also gave me gossip. So you are aware that there's some gossip going on. And, this is coming through like, that the girl is having a conversation and she gossiping to the boss. It's so showing up. You know that, right? Okay. But the other thing is like you take action, you follow through, you do what needs to be done, you complete your tasks, you get shit done, you handle business. Okay, this King of Wands is also the way they're being looked at you, like maybe you're too independent for somebody's liking. Like you don't need so much assistance as somebody feeling like, well, you should need my help or you should be asking me for my advice. I get an arrogant person. That's why she doesn't like me, because I quit asking her for advice. Yeah, I get an arrogant person who's upset at you. And now I'm looking at the table and the King of Wands is sitting there, and across the Four of Wands, there's the Emperor. So they want to go tell the boss again. And it's all because they're holding a lot of anger and resentment towards you because they want to be more important. I hear inflated sense of self-worth. This person has an inflated sense of self-worth and you're not fucking feeding that shit. They pissed. How dare you not make sure that you acknowledge that I am more important than you, that I've been here longer than you, that I know more than you, I've been teaching more years than you, blah, 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 bullshit. This person has a big motherfucking ego. I don't like this person very much. This is not somebody I would choose to have in my circle. I can feel it. Let's see what you're really feeling inside. Here's the Empress. You know your value and your worth, baby. You're loving, you're nurturing, you're kind. And even in this dealings with this egocentric person, you're still coming at it from that love and peace and happiness foundation. That's your safeguard. That's always going to be your safeguard. About your career in general, you just love these kids and you know that the children are our future. You know that you can make a better day. You know that some kids go home and they have cold families, dark experiences in their own homes where they feel unloved, uncared for, and unnurtured. And here you are. You make sure that each child, you give them the loving, nurturing, whether they see it or not, you're giving it to them. You do what you do because you fucking love it. You're in your divine feminine. You actually channel messages to these children and you channel an energy to them that's very healing, very loving, very nurturing. So this is beautiful. Okay. Let's look at the outcome energy for you. The Knight of Swords. These changes, when they come, they're going to come fast. The winds of change will come fast. I also expect that with this person, you know, the news is going to come fast, and they're going to try to knock you down a notch or two. Man, bump that shit, honey. If they come up to you and they talk about, we ain't hiring you back next year and this and that, you just make sure you keep a smile on your face and say, well, thank you. Just leave them with a thank you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them think that you're worried, that you're concerned, that you stressed, that you upset. None of that stuff. You in grace with this Empress energy. You're in grace. You're under the law of grace is what I'm hearing. And so these changes, when they come in your life, they're going to come quickly. I also hear at the same time, though, you ain't fit to be nobody's punk ass bitch. So if they put you in the office and this bitch got some bullshit to say, and it's lies and deceptions, and you know that this bitch is up to some sneaky shit, and lies and deceptions, trying to take credit for what you did, oh, I see you coming out the pocket and saying, listen, this is what it really is. I'm not going to stand here and allow these deceptions to be told against me. I'm going to tell you my truth. I'm going to tell you, you know, that was she taking credit for. I'm the one that did that. What are you talking about? Like, she's lying on my name, and you're going to make that very clear. You're not going to just take somebody bullshit. You're not going to sit up here and bend over and take it the way they want you to. So I do see that there could be a little bit of a fieriness in the meeting from this person, because I'm telling you, this person in your environment is showing up as very angry, and they're kind of a masculine energy. Even if they're in a feminine body, they still are kind of a masculine energy. They want to be in control. They want you to submit. They want you to be underneath their thumb. They want to know they have power and control and authority over you in this career thing. That's not happening for you. There's changes coming in quickly, and it's going to take you to a new workplace. Look at that, the Eight of Pentacles. You're going to go to a new workplace. There's a new workplace coming in for you. And in this new workplace, it's going to be more fair and more balanced. And there's a need for your services in this new workplace. Yeah. In this new workplace, the King of Cups is there. So where this person is coming at you with this ire and resentment and ego, in the new place, they're going to freaking love what you're bringing to the table. I feel like you're going to have a warm reception in your new place of work. I really do. The bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. Okay. So this is telling me that you've been getting this vibe. What I'm actually hearing, I'm surprised because it's giving me timing energy. I'm hearing since Virgo season, which would have been late August to late September, that since then you've been feeling a sense of this coming. It's like your intuition told you something's coming in my job here. I don't like it. Maybe that's when you started to really put it together about this hater at your job.
Yeah, well, it was very in the beginning of the year, and then it's when it happened, like August, September. Okay.
And it's like
the relationship kind of went for a flip, and I kind of saw how she was like acting. At first I was like, okay, like first I thought I was asking stupid questions about the curriculum, and then I realized I was like, oh, it's not that I'm asking dumb questions. She doesn't like that I'm questioning her.
Correct. She don't want to be questioned. She's large and in charge in her mind. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I'm being guided to pull from the Self-Care Oracle to get you some guidance to help you get through the experiences you're about to have. First off, I'm hearing, remember to stay in your character. Remember why you do what you do, and that this bitch ain't got shit to do with it. That's going to help you. What else do you have for her from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle, please and thank you, that's beneficial for her in this career situation? I'm so thankful and grateful that you chose me to do this, and congratulations for taking opportunity of the half off. Yay. Flow like water. It's card number 24. Flow like water. And the I'm sure you might have seen it at some point on social media. They have this clip of Bruce Lee talking about flowing like the water. The water is going to flow around anything that it comes up with. So it's again, be very fluid in what you have going on. Remember that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Nothing is happening to you. It's all happening for you. Even this bitch and her attitude is happening for you. Yeah. And let it work for you. Okay. The bottom of the deck is abundance planning. So this lets me know that like this career of yours is totally what we're talking about. But you have a plan for your life that's going to leave you in abundance, right? And make you feel abundant about what you've done with your life. So flow like water, because your life is continuing to bring you in that direction, is what I hear. And they said to close you out. I thought I was going to get a different deck, but they said to close you out with a postcard from Spirit, okay? A personal postcard from Spirit for you, my dear. What does it say? Dearest you, isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again, full circle, in ways you could not possibly have planned? You wonder how a dream could die, only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now, here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. We want you to trust that in this new opportunity for rebirth, you will be called in two directions, and the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You have come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Loving you always. Wow, that's beautiful. So that's what I have for you. How do you feel about this?
It feels good. Gives me confidence because I know like I was getting a lot of anxiety in the very beginning. And then I felt with this new year, I kind of felt like a switch. I felt more in tune. So this kind of definitely like when I get through those challenges, like I'm definitely going to hit replay on this video to kind of help me get through it.
Good.
And I would probably hit you up very soon to do another reading on shadow work.
Okay, awesome. Definitely we can do that. So regarding your career, do you have any final quick questions, or you think you got everything you need?
I guess how am I handling, the kids right now? I've asked you this before, but I guess I want to ask again because sometimes like I feel like do I need to be more strict or do I need to be more relaxed?
Okay. I was moved to grab the cue cards, so let's see. Give her a grade. Show her some sort of way. How is she doing on handling the children? Let's grade her. She wants a grade. She's a teacher and she wants a grade now. What's her grade about how she's doing with the teaching? What do you have for her? There it is. Encounter. Oh, interesting. I feel like you're doing great. You are a different energy than they are, and you're encountering all these children. And what I get with this is you're understanding their differences and their nuances. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck. The wild card. Oh, boy, you know what the wild card is in the game, right? It can be anything. So I love this because to me, this feels like you're doing great because children, just having two grandchildren in the house, like they're so freaking different from one another, right? You're a wild card, and that's awesome. That's very powerful. I already knew the answer to this, though, because you have the Empress in your innermost. You're coming to this with love. You're treating each child according to what you've learned about them. You have the regular rules. You have everything across the board is fair for everyone, right? But in your interactions with each child, what they're giving me is you remember who you're dealing with, and as you get to know each child and you see a better way to more effectively work with them, you become that. You become that wild card in these children's life. So I think this is beautiful. Oh, and for the confirmation that you're doing what you need to do, below that wild card, I picked it up, and honey, bullseye, you're right where you need to be. So that's what I have for you.
All right, cool. Because sometimes I feel bad. I feel like I'm like, like sometimes I feel like I'm doing really good with them, and some days I'm like, oh my God, I'm like messing up their life. And that's where all the apologies come in. And I'm like, hey, sorry guys.
But understand that even in the mess, it is still blessed. Remember, from all the readings you watch, just in general that you've seen, we're always talking about the wound is where the light enters. Without the shadow, there is no light. So it's okay that sometimes things don't feel right. And sometimes you realize, well, there was a better way to do that. There's still something in it. Because like I said, every time you do that, you're teaching these children how to face up to what they did, course correct, take accountability. That's fucking huge, baby. You're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. Spirit is guiding you. There is a divine plan in place for you. And you're going to love this new opportunity. That's what I know. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, love. All right. Until next time. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. So if you want a reading like this, go to my website. We can make it happen for you too. All right. Love you. Bye.